The Modern Slavery Coordination Unit is a multi-agency department. It's not an investigative unit, but it is based within Programme Challenger to support frontline police officers deal with organised crime and modern slavery situations.
Because we're quite unique the way we are, and having all these different agencies embedded in one office, people probably don't understand how we work really and how we are in one team together. So where someone wanted some help with organised crime when it comes to tackling modern slavery, and they might go to immigration elsewhere, we've actually got immigration officers there with us. So we've had all the different agencies come on this course and teach them about, what can we do? It's not always just a prosecution. It might be that we look at disruption. It might be looking, if it's a car wash, for instance, we might look at, getting the Environment Agency and getting HMRC and look at the tax.
Recent cases in Greater Manchester have included exploitation of British-born individuals by British families, people with learning difficulties, mental health issues, alcohol addiction, drug addiction. We've seen these in situations where they go door to door offering landscaping services. They're forced to work in those scenarios, and then they're forced to live in squalid conditions. This is something you should be mindful of when you are going to jobs that may not have been flagged up as modern slavery in the first instance.
One of the main issues we come across when we're investigating and also supporting victims is that a victim, first of all, probably doesn't know they're a victim in many cases. So they don't understand themselves, they just think they're being exploited to a point, but that exploitation they feel is better than what they're getting back at home. So if they say that to an officer straight away, like, I'm okay, I'm fine, officers will often take that word for it, that is the case, without the full understanding that this is a victim of slavery, this is a victim of serious crime, and what's happening to them shouldn't be happening. It's not allowed in this country. But victims don't often understand that themselves, like I said, so that's hard for an officer.
Some of the most severe cases that we've come across have come about through one piece of intelligence, one report, one suspicion. So if you do see something, don't hesitate to report it. Stick it on the intelligence system, ring our office, or consult one of your local tactical advisors, but don't hold it to yourself, because like I say, some of the best recoveries that we've had and some of the best success stories that we've had have come about because of just one single report. When you go to situations that may be reported as domestic abuse, look for the relationships of people in the families, extended relatives. If something's not quite right, if someone's very submissive when you arrive there, why is that? Why aren't they speaking to you? If people are looking to others in that scenario, as though they're asking for permission to speak, be wary of that. Question it. It's not normal. Why are people looking to others for permission? When you encounter a modern slavery victim, your first thoughts should be to get that victim to a safe place. This necessarily might not be a police station. You have to take into consideration that modern slavery victims will have a great mistrust for authority. Once you've got them to a place of safety, you need to then start thinking about allocating a victim liaison officer to that victim. A modern slavery victim liaison officer will engage with the victim, will explain their rights, will explain what they're entitled to. The fundamental purpose of a modern slavery victim liaison officer is to engage with that potential victim and to prevent them from becoming a victim again.
What we'd say to officers is we're there for support, we're there to engage with us to see what assistance we can give to frontline staff and to frontline officers. Maybe it's someone at the front desk, who's coming, maybe it's someone you've come across on the street, maybe you've been assigned to an incident where there's a potential victim. The signs and indicators of slavery I could talk about for probably half an hour, there's that many, and just to signpost officers to our intranet page where we've got links to all different signs and indicators and all to do with modern slavery, and that's probably worth a point for officers to spend 10 minutes. They get a chance to look at our intranet page and look at them.
Labour exploitation doesn't just happen in the common areas such as car washes that we've heard of, nail bars. It does happen in factories as well. But in these scenarios, go to those areas, go to those car washes, go to those nail bars. If health and safety isn't being complied with, there's a reason for that. If employees don't have wage slips, there's a reason for that. Question it. Pop in, make your presence known, submit that intelligence also. There's no point in going to these places and looking at them and being suspicious of them if you're not going to report that intelligence. The bigger the intelligence picture, the better we can attack it. And it strikes me really that sometimes actually getting that prosecution or putting those offenders behind bars is not the most important thing. It could be putting them back in touch with the family. It's really encouraging to, it's really rewarding actually to put these victims back in touch with the families.